The Denver Broncos traveled to New England on Sunday night to face the Patriots in one of Week 12's better games. Denver is a 1-point favorite on BETDAQ, 54 the total in this game. This is the first time since 2005 that New England has been a home underdog, so this is a rare opportunity indeed, the chance to back the Belichick-Brady Patriots at home as an underdog. But they're underdogs for a reason. Denver has been better this season, 2 games better in the standings. Their offense has been much better. Broncos lead the NFL in yards per game, points per game, pass yards per game. Denver averages 40 points per game, over 450 total yards per game, and 350 passing yards. This offense just rolling along at a historic pace. Now, Peyton Manning has been dinged up a little bit over the last couple of weeks, dealing with some lower leg injuries. We think it's 2 tender ankles, but we don't know for sure because Manning won't tell anybody for sure. All he'll admit to is having a lower leg injury, but those ankles are pretty taped up, and we've seen him hobbling around a bit over the last couple of weeks, especially in the fourth quarter of that San Diego game 2 weeks ago. But he was healthy enough to drop 27 points on the Kansas City Chiefs last week. Chiefs entered that game leading the NFL in scoring defense, Denver delivering them their first loss of the season. So I wouldn't have too many concerns about that Denver offense in this matchup. Now, New England's been improving on offense themselves over the last few weeks. Patriots really got off to a slow start on the offensive side of the ball, which is very uncharacteristic for them, but it was mostly due to injuries. Now they're healthier than they've been all season. Rob Gronkowski back in the fold, playing at a high level. Danny Amendola healthy and contributing. So again, the Patriots offense does seem to be improving. Still not to the level of Denver or really even close to it. But I do expect this to be a top 10 offense over the next month. The defense is a different story in New England. Now, the Patriots currently rank 7th in the league in points allowed and 20th in total defense. So statistically, they're better than the Broncos on that side of the ball. Denver ranking 23rd in both yards allowed and points allowed. But I think these two defenses are moving in the opposite direction. Over the last few weeks, Denver has really improved defensively. Ever since Von Miller returned from his 6-game suspension, really, the Broncos defense has been trending in a good direction. As I said, they do rank 23rd in total defense and points allowed, but just a month ago, they were at the very bottom of the NFL in both those statistical categories. So moving in the right direction. This was a top 5 defense last year. I don't expect them to get to that level this season, but over the next month, I certainly think this is going to be a top half of the league defense. This will not be one of the worst units in the league, which is what they were over the first month. New England, on the other hand, I think they're moving in the other direction. As I mentioned, they're still 7th in points allowed, but they've lost their 2 best defensive players, Vince Wilfork and Gerard Mayo, and the decline really hasn't been noticeable because of their opponents over the last month. New England's last 4 games have been against the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Carolina Panthers. None of those teams have explosive offenses, so Patriots have been able to get by with their defense. Not sure that's going to last. I do think we're going to see New England's defense decline over the next month, but their offense is going to get better. So I think by the end of December, this is going to look like a typical Patriots team. Really good offense, not so good on the defensive side of the ball. I think we're going to start seeing that decline on defense become obvious in this matchup on Sunday night. I don't think they're going to have much success at all slowing down this Denver offense, which again is averaging 40 points per game. That is why I do have a Denver lean in this situation. Last week when the Broncos played the Chiefs, I was uncertain there because did not know about Peyton Manning's health. We saw him in the fourth quarter of that San Diego game 2 weeks ago, really limping around badly. And there was some question heading into last week's game whether he was going to play at all. But I saw that game and Manning looked good enough to me. If the Broncos can keep him upright, I think he's going to shred this New England secondary. And I do think Denver is going to pick up a road win here. Over 54 is another bet I would look at in this situation.